Okay, so yesterday we have discussed the types of waves, three types of waves: mechanical, non-mechanical, and matter waves. Okay, mechanical waves can be further divided in two types: transverse and longitudinal waves. Transverse waves in which the particles oscillate perpendicular to the direction of propagation of wave, whereas the longitudinal waves in which the particles vibrate along the direction of the propagation of wave. Okay, now a plane wave, a wave which is propagating forward, we call it as a plane progressive wave, as it is progressing forward, progressive, and it's a plane wave. Otherwise, further we'll study about some other types of waves also. So this wave propagating forward, so we call it as a plane progressive wave. Now let's write its equation. We'll form the equation of a plane progressive wave. Okay, we know that particles vibrating along y-axis and the wave is propagating along x-axis. Okay, so let the particles are vibrating like this. This is x is equal to 0. Okay, so we'll write the equation of a particle when it is at x is equal to 0. Okay, at any instant time t, the particle is at this position, that is at the origin. We'll write its equation. The equation of a particle, equation of vibrating particle at time t at point O. Okay, this is the point O. That is x is equal to 0. What will be the equation? It is performing oscillatory motion, simple harmonic motion. So its equation is y is equal to a sin omega t. Is it so? Its equation is y is equal to a sin performing simple harmonic motion. Now let's write the equation of a particle at a point P at same instant time t. इसी टाइम पे हम इस पार्टिकल का वेव इक्वेशन लिख रहे हैं. जब वेव इतना आगे बढ़ गया था, वेव has propagated x distance forward. Okay, so now we are writing the equation of the vibrating particle at point P. So the equation of the vibrating particle at the same time t. Okay, जितना टाइम t लेगा उसी टाइम पे लिख रहे हैं. At time t, at point P, when the wave is propagated x distance forward, its equation will be equal to a sin omega t. There will be some phase angle. We are writing at the same time. ये phi phase angle बढ़ गया है और उसी टाइम पे लिख रहे हैं. कौन सा मान आएगा? माइनस फाइव. Why? Because the phase angle will be something different. उसी टाइम t पे इसका इक्वेशन लिखा, फिर इसका इक्वेशन लिखा. इतना टाइम में ये वेव तो आगे तो फेज क्या हो गया? थोड़ा आगे बढ़ गया. बट उसी टाइम पे लिख रहे हैं तो फेज एंगल विल बी माइनस फाइव. Is it so? So this is the equation for the particle when the wave has propagated along x-axis. Okay. So this is the equation. We'll study it further. Right, note it down. Okay, so this is the equation of wave. Okay, now let's write this equation. Now what is this phi? Phi is the phase angle between these two particles, the one which is vibrating at point O and the one which is vibrating at point P. Okay, so if one complete wave, for one complete wave, what is the phase angle? What will be the one complete wave? That is how much angle will it is, right? 2 pi. And what will be the distance traveled by the wave? We call it as wavelength. So the distance traveled by the wave is lambda. Okay, now here the distance traveled by the wave is x. Then the phase difference is phi. How can you find out this phi? See, when it completes one complete wave, then the phase angle is 2 pi, and the distance moved forward is lambda. Now here, how much distance the wave has propagated? X distance. Then we have considered the phase angle to be phi. So we are trying to find out this phi. How to find out phi? Divide these two equations or do it by unitary method. 5 bananas cost 70 rupees, 3 bananas cost how much? Okay, that way. Or divide these two equations. What do you get? Pi upon 2 pi is equal to x upon lambda. Okay, that is pi is equal to 2 pi upon lambda into x. Pi is equal to 2 pi upon lambda into x. So here we have determined this phase angle phi, which is 2 pi by lambda into x. Okay, now we write the equation of this vibrating particle when the wave has propagated along x-axis, x distance. So that will be the wave equation of the plane progressive wave. So the wave equation for a particle which is propagating forward is given by y is equal to a sin omega t minus, what is that phi? Phi is 2 pi by lambda into x. Okay, so here we get the wave equation. Particle is vibrating along y-axis, wave is propagating along x-axis. Okay, so whatever be the argument of this sine or cosine, okay, if it is coming x means the wave is propagating along x-axis. This y means particle vibrating along y-axis. Okay, what is this y? Y is the particle vibrating along y-axis, and whatever comes in the argument of sine, x is coming, it means the wave is propagating along x-axis. So this is the wave equation, which can also be written as a sin omega t 2 pi by lambda. We can write it as k, where k is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Okay, we'll study later on what is this 2 pi by lambda, which we have written it as k. So this is one of the form of the wave equation. Another form, how can we write omega? Omega can be written as 2 pi upon capital T. Omega is 2 pi upon capital T, 2 pi into mu, mu can be written as 1 upon T, minus 2 pi by lambda into s. Another form, because if we have to compare it with these wave equations, so you should know. Okay, another form, take this 2 pi by lambda outside. So inside the bracket, lambda upon capital T, 2 pi by lambda, we have taken outside, so lambda upon capital T minus x. So y is equal to a sin 2 pi by lambda. What is this quantity? Lambda upon t. Distance traveled by the time, by the wave upon the time period. This is what? Velocity of the wave. What is it? This is v into t minus x. Another form. So these are the different forms of the wave equation which is propagating forward. Either you can write down this way. All these are the equations of a plane progressive wave. Okay, and you can write down y is equal to a sin omega t minus kx. This is the wave equation. Omega you can substitute it as 2 pi upon capital T. K you can substitute it as 2 pi by lambda. Or in terms of velocity of the wave, take this 2 pi by lambda outside. What will be done inside the bracket? Pt minus x. Okay? So these are the various forms of the wave equation which is propagating forward. Okay, now we come. Okay, now some terms related to the wave equation will study. Terms related to wave. Okay, written all these different forms of wave equation. Now, some terms related to wave. The first one is amplitude. Terms related to wave. First one, amplitude. Particle is vibrating, wave is propagating forward. When the particle completes, when the particle has a maximum displacement, that we call it as the amplitude. So the particle which is vibrating, when it is having a maximum displacement, that is called as the amplitude. So write down maximum displacement of the particle, maximum displacement of the vibrating particle. Maximum displacement of the vibrating particle. Second one is time period. Yes, how do you define time period? The particle has completed one oscillation. The time taken, we call it as the time period, because the particles are vibrating and the wave is propagating forward. So the time taken by the particle to complete one oscillation. Time taken by the particle to complete one oscillation. The time taken by the particle to complete one oscillation, which is represented by capital T. From here you see that omega is equal to 2 pi upon T. So T will be equal to 2 pi by omega. Okay? Omega 2 pi upon capital T. So T is equal to 2 pi by omega. Frequency. Okay, here the wave is propagating forward. So the number of waves completed in 1 second. How many number of waves completed in 1 second? Okay, that is the number of oscillations completed 1 second will be equal to the number of waves completed in 1 second. So write down number of waves completed in 1 second. Number of waves completed in 1 second, which will be the reciprocal of time period. Or we know that omega is equal to 2 pi nu. From there also you can find out nu. Next is angular frequency. Angular frequency is this frequency multiplied by 2 pi. Frequency multiplied by 2 pi, which is denoted by omega. Frequency is how much? Nu. So multiply this frequency by 2 pi. Omega is equal to 2 pi nu. This we call it as the angular frequency. Unit of frequency is hertz. Unit of frequency is hertz, whereas unit of angular frequency will be equal to radian into hertz. Okay, or this can be written as radians also. Next is wavelength. Particle completes one oscillation and the distance traveled forward by the wave, that we call it as the wavelength, or the distance between two consecutive particles which are vibrating in the same phase. दो particles जो same phase में vibrate कर रहे हैं उनके बीच का distance क्या हो जाता है? wavelength. ये जैसे कि दो crest के बीच का distance क्या हो जाता है? wavelength. दो ट्रफ के बीच का distance क्या हो जाता है? wavelength. और how can you define it? Particle has completed one oscillation. wave कुछ आगे बढ़ा, कितना आगे बढ़ेगा? One wavelength. Okay. So particle has completed one oscillation. The distance traveled forward by the wave, we'll call it as the wavelength. So write down this we denote it by lambda. Write down when the particle completes one oscillation, when the particle completes one oscillation, the distance traveled by the wave is called as wavelength. The distance traveled by the wave is called as wavelength. Okay, particle has completed one complete oscillation. Time taken is time period. Distance traveled forward by the wave is wavelength. Okay, what will be its unit? SI unit will be distance only traveled, so its SI unit is meter. Next is wave number. number of waves completed per unit distance. How many waves have been completed in unit distance? That we call it as the wave number, and it is equal to 1 upon lambda, the number of waves completed per unit distance. So write down wave number is the number of waves completed, per unit distance, which is equal to 1 upon lambda. Okay, next one. Angular wave number, which is also called as propagation constant. Angular wave number, also called as propagation constant. Angular wave number or propagation constant. What it is? Like here, frequency, angular frequency, multiplied by omega, multiplied by 2 pi, you get the angular frequency. The same way, wave number multiplied by 2 pi, you will get the angular wave number. So what is angular wave number, or which is also called as propagation constant? Wave number into 2 pi. 2 pi multiplied by the wave number. And this we also represent it by k, which is equal to 2 pi upon lambda. So k is equal to 2 pi by lambda is the angular wave number. Okay, so angular wave number means multiply wave number by 2 pi, you get the angular wave number, which is also called as a propagation constant. We have already substituted 2 pi by lambda as k. What is that? That is the propagation constant. Next is phase. Okay, it is that physical quantity which is completely describing the direction and motion of the moving wave. Okay, that we call it as the phase. Or you can say that it is the argument of sine or cosine. Okay, the argument, that is omega t minus kx, is called as the phase. What is the phase? Omega t minus the argument of sine is omega t minus kx. So this is the phase. Here, in this case, initial phase is 0. Okay, initial phase is 0. If initial phase is not equal to 0, then in that case, if initial phase is not equal to 0, it possesses some initial phase, then it is phi naught plus phi naught will come. Okay, initial phase 0, omega t minus kx is the argument of sine, that is the phase. Okay, but if the initial phase is not equal to 0, some phi naught initial phase will be there. Omega t minus kx plus phi naught. Omega t minus kx plus phi naught. Phi naught is the initial phase. What is the initial phase over here? Phi naught. Okay, if it is not 0, this term will also come. Is it clear? Okay, so one more term, phase difference. Phase difference. Phase difference we can find out with respect to time also, with respect to x also. Okay, time जो particles वाइब्रेट कर रहे हैं, टाइम के साथ में फेज डिफरेंस निकाल सकते हैं. ये वाले टाइम पे ये पार्टिकल अभी वाइब्रेट कर रहा है, नेक्स्ट टाइम पे वाला पार्टिकल कितना, तो फेज डिफरेंस किसके साथ? टाइम के साथ. डिस्टेंस आगे बढ़ गया इधर वाला पार्टिकल और एक्स डिस्टेंस आगे वाला पार्टिकल, दोनों के रिस्पेक्ट में वी कैन फाइंड आउट द फेज डिफरेंस. Okay, phase difference we generally represent it by phi. Phase difference with respect to time, differentiate d phi by dt. d by dt of omega t minus kx कितना होता है? d by dt of omega t minus kx. x कांस्टेंट है यहाँ पे, समझ रहे हैं ना? उसी डिस्टेंस पे, जितना डिस्टेंस आगे बढ़ा उसी x पे एक टाइम पे निकाला, थोड़ा आगे वाला टाइम पे निकाला, तो क्या है? x कांस्टेंट है, तो क्या हो जाएगा? d phi by dt is ओमेगा d by dt of omega t minus kx, x is constant, so this term is 0. कितना हो जाएगा d by dt of omega t will be omega. Okay, same way we can find out with respect to x also. पार्टिकल x1 पे है, आगे वेव बढ़ गया x2 पे, उसी टाइम पे निकाल रहे हैं, तो क्या हो जाएगा फेज डिफरेंस विद रिस्पेक्ट टू x. So we can find out with respect to x at a constant time. So d pi by dx डिफरेंशिएट करें कितना आएगा, t आप कांस्टेंट है, कितना हो गया माइनस के ओमेगा इज हाउ मच 2 pi upon capital T. This is minus 2 pi by lambda. This we call it as the phase difference. Phase difference can be found with respect to time, with respect to x. समझ में आ रहा है? What's your name? Puneet. Puneet Pete. Okay. Regular pardon. Very few days of that for the exam, and these chapters very important. Okay, the second book you will get more questions from second book. Okay, because first book already done in term 1 and already studied, so more questions will be there from the second book. Yeah. Okay, that is okay, or the last two chapters of the second book also can of the first book can be taken because that was not included in the periodic test. Okay, so those chapters and we can also take it. Term 1 exam already done. So very few questions from term 1 and the periodic test 2 portion. Okay, more questions you will get it after the periodic test 2. That is from which chapter? Rotational motion, gravitation, and पूरा second book. Okay, so prepare it well, so you will get more questions from these chapters. Okay, so this is the phase difference with respect to. Okay, now here comes the particle velocity and the wave velocity. Particle velocity and wave velocity. Okay, we know that particles are vibrating. Particles vibrate कर रहे, तभी तो disturbance create हुआ medium में. तो particles जब vibrate कर रहे, तभी अपना mean position पे आया, तो इसका velocity कितना हो जाता है? Maximum. Extreme position पे गया, velocity 0 हो गया. तो particle का velocity is different at every time. With the time, the particle velocity is changing, but the wave velocity is constant in a medium. Okay, understand it very well. Particles which are vibrating, their velocity will be different at different times. Okay, with the time the velocity is changing. Here the velocity will be maximum. Velocity continuously decreases. Sorry, here the velocity is 0, coming towards the mean position. Velocity increases, and at the mean position it becomes maximum, and so on. So the particle velocity is different with the time. But the wave velocity, the disturbance which is propagating in a medium, that will move with a constant velocity. Okay, so wave velocity is constant, but the particle velocity is different. So right now, the vibrating particles of the medium, have different velocity, whereas the wave velocity in a medium is constant. Okay, now let's find out the wave velocity. Phi is the phase which is constant, omega t minus kx. Let us differentiate this equation. Phi is constant, so d pi by dt, the differentiation of a constant is with respect to time. Here we are differentiating d by dt of omega t minus d by dt of k into s. Phi is constant, phase constant है. constant phase difference होता है, तो d phi by dt is what? Differentiation of a constant is 0. Okay, dv by dt 1. So how much is it? Omega minus, यहाँ पे वैसे ही रखेंगे कि हम एक एक्स पे निकालें जैसे फेज डिफरेंस निकाला है, यहाँ पे पूरा डिफरेंशिएट करेंगे. a propagation constant dx by dt. What is this dx by dt? इसका velocity. तो ये क्या चीज आ रहा है? ये वेव का वेलोसिटी आ रहा है. तो वेव का वेलोसिटी कितना आ गया? इट इज इक्वल टू ओमेगा बाय के. ओके, व्हिच इज इक्वल टू 2 पाई अपॉन कैपिटल टी अपॉन 2 पाई का याद था, वही चीज आ जाता है लैम्डा अपॉन कैपिटल टी, डिस्टेंस ट्रैवल्ड बाय द वेव पर यूनिट टाइम डी मॉड्यूलस. So wave velocity, and this is the wave velocity which remains constant in a medium. So this velocity is constant in a given particular medium. So then let's find out the particle acceleration and the wave acceleration. Again, as the particle velocity is different, the particle acceleration will be different at different times. और है ना, जैसे एक पार्टिकल सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन करता है तो उसका एक्सेलरेशन निकाला था, पार्टिकल का वाइब्रेशन का एक्सेलरेशन कितना होता है? माइनस ओमेगा स्क्वायर इनटू आई निकाला था, नहीं याद है? सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन में तो इसी प्रकार से पार्टिकल वाइब्रेट कर रहा है तो एक्सेलरेशन एट डिफरेंट पॉइंट्स विल बी डिफरेंट. Okay, but what will be the wave acceleration? Wave acceleration will be dv by dt. Is this so? और क्या बोल रहे हैं हम? वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट है मीडियम में. वेलोसिटी कांस्टेंट है तो वेव का एक्सेलरेशन क्या होगा? वेव का कितना होगा? इट विल बी 0. लेकिन ये कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी से चल रहा है तो एक्सेलरेशन, वेव का एक्सेलरेशन 0 है, बट पार्टिकल का एक्सेलरेशन हर टाइम पे चेंज होता जा रहा है. जैसे कि सिंपल हार्मोनिक मोशन में निकाले थे, पार्टिकल ऑसिलेट कर रहा है, एक्सेलरेशन एट डिफरेंट टाइम इट विल बी डिफरेंट. Okay, but the wave acceleration here will be 0. Why? Because the wave velocity is constant in a given medium. So particle acceleration and wave acceleration. Particle acceleration will be different at different times. Right on, particle acceleration different at different times. But the wave acceleration is 0 because v is constant. Okay, this wave velocity is constant, so the particle acceleration will be 0. Okay, so these are some of the terms related to the waves we have studied. Okay, now next we proceed. To the sound waves. Sound waves, we know that they are longitudinal waves. Okay, as I am speaking, you are able to hear my sound. So the air particles, they vibrate how? In the same direction of the propagation of wave. Pass their energy to the next set of particles and so on. So the sound waves are longitudinal waves. Okay, and sound waves we have already studied in the lower classes that only the audible range of sound waves could be heard. That is why it is called as audible sound. What is the range of frequency for the audible sounds? Okay, class 1. Nowadays I think nursery students also know this. Audible range Only a particular frequency, if produces the sound, that only is audible to our human ear. We are talking about the normal human ear. 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. So this range of frequency we call it as the audible range of frequency. Is it so? Less than 20 hertz, such sounds are called as infrasonic sounds or infrasounds. Less than 20 hertz, infrasounds. Any object which is vibrating produces sound. A simple pendulum which is oscillating, that also produces sound. But is it audible to human ear? Not audible. Why? Because it is producing infrasonic sound. Its frequency is less than 20 hertz. So that is why it is not audible. Okay, the frequency is greater than 20,000 hertz. That is also not audible. Such sounds are called as ultrasounds. Okay, such sounds we call it as ultrasound. So the audible range is only from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Okay, this range of frequency is the audible range of frequency. So anything which vibrates produces sound. Okay, but the vibrating particle, if it is having a frequency of between 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, then only it is audible to normal human ear. Okay, we are talking about normal human ear. So the audible range is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz, less than 20 hertz, infrasonic sounds, greater than 20,000, less than 20 hertz, infrasonic sound, greater than 20,000 hertz, ultrasonic sounds. Okay. Now, when the sound wave is propagating in air, its speed is calculated by a given formula. Okay, before that, we have to study the speed of transverse waves in a string. Okay, then we'll come to this because Newton gave one formula which was not correct, which was corrected by Laplace. So before that, we have to study the speed of transverse waves in a string. Okay, बहुत जल्दी निकालिए. एक स्ट्रिंग में हमने पढ़ा था कौन सा वेव प्रोड्यूस होता है, ट्रांसवर्स वेव प्रोड्यूस होता है, जैसे पार्टिकल्स कैसे वाइब्रेट करते हैं परपेंडिकुलर टू द डायरेक्शन ऑफ द प्रोपगेशन. Okay, now it is found that this speed of sound is directly proportional to the tension in the string. There will be some tension which is string है तो लटक रहा है या horizontal है, एक साइड से वेव है, दूसरा साइड रिजिड सपोर्ट है, तो there will be some tension in the string. Is proportional to the tension and is also proportional to mass per unit length. Okay, it is experimentally found that the speed of the transverse wave in a string is depending upon the tension in the string and the mass per unit length. Okay, dimensionally, hurry up, derive its formula. What will be the formula of the speed of the transverse wave in a string? Experimentally found that only depends upon these two factors. Derive the formula. क्या करेंगे? V is tension raised to the power 8. V का equate करने some constant of proportionality. Tension raised to the power 8. Nu is mass per unit length. Now write the dimensions of all of this. M raised to the power 0. L minus 1 is the velocity. K dimensionless. Tension is the force only in a string, and the force has a ml t minus 2 raised to the power 8. Mu is mass per unit length. What will be its dimension? It's not the mass of the string. Mass per unit length of the string. What will be its dimension? Mass upon length. M l raised to the power minus 1. Hurry up, find out AB. Collect the power of n raised to the power a plus b, n raised to the power a minus b, t raised to the power minus 2a. Okay, ये t टाइम है डायमेंशन वाला, ये t टेंशन है. Mismatch नहीं करना. This is tension in the string. This t what we are writing is the time. Okay, hurry up, find out a and b. A plus b is 0. A minus b is 1, minus 2a is equal to minus 1. So a is equal to, A plus b is equal to 0. A minus B is equal to 1 and minus 1 is equal to minus 2A. So A is equal to half. A half आया, A plus B is 0, तो B कितना आ जाएगा? Minus half. Is it so? Naturally plus. This way is for the equations. Substitute it here. So B is equal to some constant of proportionality. T tension raised to the power A, which is half, mass per unit length raised to the power B minus 1. So the speed is equal to under root T upon mu. Okay, the value of K is 1 in SI system. The value of K is 1. So what you get the formula? The speed of the transverse wave in a straight is equal to under root T by mu under root tension upon mass per unit length. So this we have derived by directionals or by directional method. ठीक है? आ रहा है समझ में? नेम Okay, now we'll find out the speed of the longitudinal waves also. जरूरत पड़ेगा आगे जाकर. क्या निकालेंगे? स्पीड ऑफ लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव्स. सॉलिड में भी चलता है जैसे साउंड वेव है. साउंड वेव क्या है? साउंड वेव इज द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव. है कि नहीं? जैसे वेव स्टार्ट करो वैसे प्रकार है साउंड वेव इज द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव. So this sound wave can travel in solid, also in fluids. Fluids means liquid and gases. तो साउंड वेव जब सॉलिड्स में चलता है तो स्पीड का कुछ एक फॉर्मूला आएगा, जब फ्लूइड्स में चलता है तो एक और फॉर्मूला आएगा, है ना? कैसे निकालेंगे? बाय द मेथड ऑफ डायरेक्शंस. निकालना ऐसा ही है. नाउ आई विल डायरेक्टली राइट द फॉर्मूला. यू हैव टू डिराइव इट डायरेक्शनली. ओके, द सेम वे एज वी हैव डिराइव्ड दिस वन. सो स्पीड ऑफ longitudinal waves. कौन सा लेना है? longitudinal waves. Sound waves example of longitudinal bracket में लिखिए sound waves in solids. Okay, when the sound wave is traveling in solid, then the speed of the sound wave is found to be dependent on Young's modulus of elasticity. Why? Okay, raised to the power 8 because this power is not known. Young's modulus of elasticity, and is also found to be dependent upon density of the medium. Okay, density of that solid in which it is propagating. So V is proportional to, बिल्कुल इसी प्रकार से करना है. I'll write the formula by the method of dimensions. Here we have to find out V is proportional to Y raised to the power A, rho raised to the power B, equating it some constant of proportionality K. Dimensionally you find out, again you will get A to be half, B to be minus half. कर लेंगे. Dimension Young's modulus is stress upon strain. Stress is force per unit area. Density mass upon volume. Okay, the same way you will get A to be half. So what is the speed? It is equal to under root Y upon rho. So the speed of the sound waves or any longitudinal wave when it is propagating in solid will be under root Y by rho. Okay, this you have to derive it dimensionally as we have derived the previous expression. So this also you will derive it dimensionally. So you get Y is equal to under root Y by rho. Yeah. Okay, next is speed of the longitudinal waves. The sound waves can propagate in fluids also. Fluids means in liquids and gases. So when it propagates in fluids, in liquids or gases, then instead of Young's modulus is related only to solids. पढ़े थे ना मॉडल्स ऑफ वेलोसिटी में. तो उसका कौन सा वाला मॉडुलस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी आ जाएगा? बल्क मॉडुलस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी। लिक्विड्स में कौन सा वाला होता है? बल्क मॉडुलस ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी। सो व्हाट इज दिस बी? बी हियर विल बी bulk modulus. Unit and dimensions are the same as that of. So now here it will be bulk modulus of elasticity. Okay, bulk modulus, Young's modulus, dimension is the same. So here you get the same A and B, that is A will be plus half, B will be, so it is equal to under root B by rho. Yeah. All this dimensionally you have to prove it. It is found, experimentally it is found that the speed of the longitudinal waves in gases or in liquids, like the sound wave which is propagating in here. What I am speaking, you are able to hear. This is the sound wave which is propagating. This sound wave is depending upon the bulk modulus of elasticity of air. Okay, and is depending upon the density of the air. Simplify you get this. Okay, under root B by rho is the formula. Okay, so derive it directionally. Okay, now we come to Newton's formula for the speed of sound waves. Newton formula. So this we can complete it. Okay, when the sound wave is propagating in air, Newton was the first one to give the formula of the sound wave in air. So right now, Newton's formula for sound waves in air. Okay, we know that air is fluid. What is the formula? It should be under root B by rho. अभी पढ़ा है स्पीड ऑफ द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव्स, साउंड वेव इन द लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव ट्रैवलिंग इन द bulk modulus upon rho. Okay, this is the formula. Okay, now Newton assumed that when the sound wave is propagating in air, isothermal conditions are satisfied. Isothermal means the temperature of the medium remains constant. The temperature of the air remains constant. This was the assumption of Newton. And based on this assumption, ये तो एक जनरल फॉर्मूला, कोई भी लॉन्गिट्यूडनल वेव एयर में चल रहा है, साउंड वेव जब एयर में चलेगा तो उससे एक फॉर्मूला निकालो. ओके, तो वो फॉर्मूला हम भी डिराइव करेंगे यहाँ पर. ओके, तो लिखें न्यूटन assumed that when sound wave is propagating in air, isothermal conditions are satisfied. That is temperature remains constant. Okay, so B is equal to, this B will be under isothermal condition. B किस में रहेगा? under isothermal condition पे रहेगा. अब इस B को निकालेंगे हम कैसे? Isothermal equation क्या होता है? PV is equal to constant. PV is equal to delta T, temperature constant है, तो PV क्या रहता है? Constant रहता है. Let us differentiate this in the isothermal equation. Okay, because he assumed that isothermal conditions are satisfied, so we will start from the isothermal equation and we'll find out V, substitute it here, we'll get the formula of the velocity of sound. Okay, so differentiating both are variables, P and V. P into V, differentiate this V, plus V, keep it as such, differentiate V, equals to differentiation of constant is 0. Both are variables P and V, so both will be differentiated. P, V को differentiate करें, dV by dt 1 होता है, तो क्या आ गया dV. V ऐसे आ गया, P को is equal to differentiation of constant will be equal to 0. Okay, now from here, P into dt is equal to minus V into dt. So, P is equal to minus dt. Can we write it like this? Minus V dt upon dt. उस V को कहाँ लेंगे? नीचे लेंगे. Can we write like this? What is this? This is the change in pressure upon the change in volume upon original volume. What is this? This is the bulk modulus, modulus of velocity. Have you studied this? Pressure upon change in volume to the original volume. What we call it? This is the bulk modulus under isothermal condition. So substituting it here, what do we get? Bulk modulus under isothermal condition. So what do we get? What is this? B isothermal equal to pressure. So what can we write? P upon rho. So this was the formula given by Newton when the sound wave propagates in air. Okay, but using this formula, the theoretical value and the experimental value do not agree with each other. Theoretical value 280 meter per second area. Experimental theoretical is substituting in this equation at a particular pressure. Okay, substituting in this equation, the speed of the sound comes out to be 280. So the theoretical value comes out to be 280 meter per second. Whereas the experimental, when it was calculated, experimental value is nearly 320, 330 meter per second. So it does not agree. So this formula is not correct. And it was corrected by another scientist called as Laplace. It was corrected by Laplace. So next we'll study about Laplace correction. So write down as the theoretical value does not agree with the experimental value. So was corrected by Laplace. Okay, now Laplace's correction we'll study in the next class. Okay, so thank you everyone.